Welcome to session 22. This is the heart of economics, supply and demand, the forces that set prices in every market, from coffee to houses to labor. By the end, you'll be able to apply the laws of supply and demand, see how markets reach equilibrium, and understand price ceilings, price floors, and elasticity. Start with demand. How much buyers are willing to purchase? The law of demand says that as the price of a good rises, the quantity people want falls. It's an inverse relationship. Why? Two reasons. When a good gets expensive, people switch to cheaper substitutes. If beef jumps in price, they buy chicken. And higher prices shrink their purchasing power, so they simply buy less. Because of this, the demand curve always slopes downward. Higher prices, lower quantity. Now the other side. Supply. How much producers are willing to sell. The law of supply is the mirror image. As the price rises, the quantity supplied rises too. It's a direct relationship. The reason is simple. Higher prices mean higher profits, which gives producers an incentive to make and sell more. So the supply curve slopes upward, the opposite of the demand curve. Now let's put them together. Here's the magic. Let's draw both curves on one graph. Price on the vertical axis, quantity on the horizontal. The demand curve slopes down. The supply curve slopes up. Where the two curves cross is the equilibrium. The one price where the quantity buyers want exactly equals the quantity sellers offer. The market clears. No surplus, no shortage. If the price sits above equilibrium, you get a surplus. Unsold goods pile up and prices fall. If it's below, you get a shortage. Buyers compete, and prices rise. Either way, the market drifts back to equilibrium. Sometimes governments override market prices, and it always has consequences. A price ceiling is a legal maximum price, set below equilibrium, meant to keep things affordable. The result? A shortage. Rent control is the classic example. Cap rents low, and landlords offer fewer apartments. A price floor is the opposite. A legal minimum price, set above equilibrium, meant to protect producers' income. The result is a surplus. The minimum wage is a price floor in the labor market. Here's the memory hook. A ceiling is pushed down below equilibrium and causes a shortage. A floor is propped up above equilibrium and causes a surplus. One more idea. Elasticity. How sensitive buyers are to a price change. Demand is elastic when quantity changes a lot as price changes, like luxuries such as vacations or restaurant meals. People cut back fast when prices rise. Demand is inelastic when quantity barely changes, like necessities such as insulin or gasoline. People keep buying even when prices jump, which is why taxing these goods raises so much revenue. Finally, competition matters. With many sellers, prices stay fair. But a monopoly, a single seller, can charge high prices and cut quality, which is why the government uses antitrust law to keep markets competitive. Let's test it. A city caps rents at $800 when the market rent is $1,200. What does this price ceiling most likely produce? Pause and choose. The answer is A, a housing shortage. At $800, more people want apartments than landlords are willing to rent out, so demand outstrips supply. A price ceiling set below equilibrium always creates a shortage by definition. The low price attracts more renters but discourages landlords, so the supply of housing actually shrinks. Let's recap session 22. The law of demand. As price rises, quantity demanded falls, so the demand curve slopes down. The law of supply. As price rises, quantity supplied rises, so it slopes up. Where they cross is equilibrium, and the market clears. A price ceiling set below equilibrium causes a shortage. A price floor set above it causes a surplus. And inelastic goods like insulin barely react to price changes.